right, on the main stage. On the main stage, we're gonna get started with our next segment. So let's please show some love and give a warm welcome to the co-founder of Culture of Wellness. Let's make some noise for Shamera Robinson!
How are we at? I'm here for it. We could keep that going a little bit, but we will get started. Hello, everyone. How are you feeling? Okay, now I know it's been a long day, and I know we just ate, but I'm gonna need a little more than that. So how are we? How are we feeling? Okay. All right, put me up too. I had a long day too. So I want to welcome you to Craft Your Calm. This is our calm space, at least for the next 30 minutes or so, where we are going to tap in. Well, I hope you read the description for what we're going to do. If you just happen to be in the area and you're like, let me see what she's talking about, be prepared. It's gonna get a little touchy-feely, right? And I don't mean that in a creepy way. I mean, we are going to breathe together. We are going to move our bodies together. We are going to talk about feelings just a little bit, right? So if that sounds uncomfortable to you, I still challenge you to stay and hang out with us. But you know, if you figure you have to go, get to a different space, something that feels more aligned, that's cool too. All right, and again, my name is Shamera, and I am 1/3 of the Culture of Wellness team, and we focus on promoting wellness and health equity. We do that in a ton of different ways, but one of our favorite ways is doing workshops and sessions like this, helping busy professionals slow down and redefine what it means to be well, right? And build practical strategies that you can really implement in your day-to-day life. So, with that said, again, I'm sure you kind of got a feel for how I operate, but something that is so important to me is that every workshop I do, every session I do, is about collaboration. So it's not just me up here talking to you. This is about us engaging with one another. So I'm gonna need some feedback. I'm gonna need thoughts. I'm gonna need y'all yelling at me, telling me how you feel. So as a tester to get this started, I wanna know what's on your mind today. How y'all feeling? What's up? Good? Anything else? Tired? What was that? Money? Money on your mind, okay. I love it. So now that we've got a little bit of engagement going, I want to keep it on a roll, and I want you to take a moment, sit, tune in, and ask yourself, what is the healthiest version of me? I want you to envision the healthiest version of yourself, right? Take a moment, get a clear picture. What do you look like? What are you wearing? What are you doing? What are your habits? Everybody see that person in their mind? That version of them? Okay, so talk to me. So what did you see? What were you doing? What were your habits? Yeah? On a beach in Bali, I like that. Anything else? Clear skin, okay, I feel it, yes. On your yoga mat doing a flow movement, absolutely. Anybody else? Consistency, love it. How else we feeling? Taking a nap, oh, that's my favorite pastime if you ask anybody who knows me. So we got being on a beach, taking naps, yoga flows. We didn't mention food, we might get back around to that. But my next question to you is, what is stopping you from showing up as the healthiest version of yourself right now? Discipline, okay. Time is a big one. I see a lot of nods. Anybody else? Stress, woo, let's talk about it. Anything else? What's stopping you from showing up as this healthiest version of yourself that you're seeing in your mind? Burnt out, I heard something else. Complacency, okay, so we got discipline, complacency, being burnt out, stress, all of those things. Yeah, so when we're talking about wellness, what I've typically noticed is that we know what it takes to be healthy and to be well. So it's not a matter of not knowing, but But it's things like the stress, like the time, like the burnout that get in the way of us being able to do those things. And it's really easy to go into shame and self-blame and like, man, I should just be able to do this. I should just be able to pick up and go to Bali if I want to. I should just be able to go and get to the gym 7 days a week. I should just be able to change the way that I've been eating for my entire life. But the truth of the matter is that taking care of yourself is a skill. And just like with any other skill, it requires practice in order for you to build it up and to be consistent and to have that discipline. And so some of you might be thinking like, practice? We really talking about practice for taking care of myself? Yes, we are absolutely talking about practice for taking care of yourself, especially for those of us who come from communities that have been historically marginalized, right? Because we have generations and generations of people who most likely did not have the luxury to practice any sort of self-care or even have the space to prioritize what it is that they need. So it is going to take a lot of practice for us to get into the habit of that. So what does practice look like? I am glad you asked. So in all of my experience, it typically boils down to 3 steps. So that first step is about taking a breath. And the biggest thing here is getting out of your mind and getting into your body. Right? Our minds are typically racing. We're thinking about who we need to email, what we got to follow up with, who we're trying to connect with while we're here, what we need to do when we get home. And when you're doing all of that, it's really easy to put yourself on the back burner and you forget to check in and say, what do I need? Step 2 of that process is to take a pause. So once you've gotten out of your head, you've gotten into your body, then you can say, okay, how am I feeling? What do I need? And then we go to step 3, which is actually taking a small step to pour into yourself and nourish yourself in some way, right? And the goal is to have a single place, a toolkit, something somewhere where when you figure out what you need, you know exactly where you can go to either get the answer or get some support to make it easier so you're not using as much brain power. So we're gonna go through all 3 of these steps today. Starting with step 1, pause, take a breath. Why is this important? Why is it important for us to get out of our heads and get into our bodies? So our bodies hold a lot of stress. We talked about stress. Stress has come up. I've heard it a couple times from the audience, right? And with stress, we're not just talking about life stress, which is huge, work stress, family stress, relationship stress, but also the stress of us existing in systems that don't serve us, the stress of us working in spaces where not a lot of people look like us, and we have to work even harder to find community, the generational trauma that's passed down, all of that is sitting in our bodies. And when we don't take the time to slow down and to pay attention and to help move it through, our body typically has a way of slowing us down and making us pay attention. So think about migraines or stress ulcers or even chronic health conditions like high blood pressure, like heart disease, right? So before we get to the point where our body has to make us stop and slow down, I want us to start practicing, okay, how do I get out of my head and get into my body? There are a ton of ways to do this, but today we are going to breathe together and we are going to move. And I picked those 2 because they're accessible, right? So anywhere you are, you can take a moment to take a deep breath. You can take a moment to move your body. Even if you're sitting at your desk, like, you can move your arms a little bit, you can bop your head a little bit. It's all good. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just about getting in the practice of doing it more consistently for yourself. All right, so here we go. We're gonna breathe together. I'm excited about this, y'all, if you can't tell. But we are going to practice 4-7-8 breathing. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. There's a ton of different breathing exercises that you can do. But for this one, we're gonna inhale through our nose for 4 counts. And as you inhale, your stomach should be filling up with air. We're gonna hold that for 7 counts. And I'm gonna tell you, when you first start, 7 might feel aggressive. So if you feel yourself starting to get lightheaded, exhale. You can exhale early, it's okay. And then after we hold, we are going to release for 8 seconds. So slowly exhale through your mouth. We're gonna do this 4 times. Y'all ready? All right. Get comfortable. Get cozy. We're gonna let this one lapse first and we're gonna come back around. So no stress, get familiar with it, see what's going on. Everybody feel good if you would like. You can close your eyes, get comfortable. I got your back, I'll watch out. We're gonna start with breathing in. Well, I thought it was gonna keep looping for us, but no worries, we're gonna go. So, all right, everybody get ready. We are going to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 6, 5. Breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 6, 4, 2. Breathe out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more big inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're holding it, and as you're holding it, think of everything that's stressing you out that you're carrying in your brains. Hold it in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Now release it. Exhale slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome back. How are we feeling? Feel good? Take a breath. All right. So that is breathing, right? It took us about 60 seconds to get through that. And the next thing we are going to do is move our bodies. I did not give you the specifics of this when I first got up here, mostly because I didn't want all y'all to walk away up on me. But we're gonna get up and we're gonna dance a little bit. Nothing aggressive, it's a chill, lo-fi mix, right? We're not gonna do a whole lot, but I do want us to get up, get moving. I will call out different body parts, and I want you to just allow your body to do whatever it wants to do. So I'm really excited about this because as we get older, we don't invite play into our life enough. Everything is so serious, right? But when you invite play, you allow yourself to be silly, have fun, move. It really helps you to be present in your body. So we're going for it. I'm gonna press next slide. Hopefully this video plays. And then we are going to get up and we're just gonna start slowly moving our bodies. Again, nothing aggressive. We're just gonna shake it out a little bit. Are y'all with me? All right, let's go. If this doesn't work, DJ, do you mind? Is it possible for you to get a song going for us? A little something, a little chill something, something. We're just gonna. Hey. All right. All right, we're gonna start with your toes. Get your toes moving. Wiggle them, whatever they wanna do. Let them go crazy. All right, and then we're gonna move to your feet and your ankles. So just shake them out. Let them do the thing. I see y'all. All right, now to our legs. Get your legs moving. You can do a little stretch. You can shake it out, whatever feels good. Even if you're sitting, you can move your legs too. It's good. All right, now to our hips. Whatever your hips want to do, you can do a little side to side. You can do a bring it around town. Right? You can do, whatever your hips want to do. Check in. Are you feeling tight anywhere? Are you feeling loose? Is your body trying to tell you anything? All right, now let's move it up to the torso. All right, the middle of your body, move it. All right, y'all can do a little more movement than this. I know we can do a little more than this. All right, now to our chest. Little ice box. I love it. All right, Now arms, wherever your arms want to go, just let them hang out. Above your head, out in front of you, swing them around. I see a little, I like that, I like that. Okay, and now your neck and your head, just let that sway. And we're gonna take the next just 10 seconds to put it all together, and I want you to give me everything you got for this next 10 seconds. Just move it all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you so much. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all did that. Y'all absolutely did that. So now, I'll let you get settled. We did some good work. Now that we have had a moment to breathe and kind of get back to center, had a moment to move and get in our bodies, show of hands, how are you all feeling? Is there anyone who feels more present, more in the moment, more in their bodies now than when they first came to sit down? All right, I got some hands going. All right, I appreciate that. So we can count that as step one, checked off, getting out of our head and getting into our body. The next step is doing that check-in. So now that we are a little bit more present, we can ask ourselves, how are you feeling? What do you need? And the question that I love to start with is, how are you feeling right now? Now, I like to start with this question because depending on how you're feeling, that might require something different. I have my feeling wheel up here. And again, if you know me, I stand behind this tool, and you'd be surprised how many things you think you're feeling. And as you take a look some different emotions on the wheel, you're like, maybe it's something else. So for each of these different words, they require something different, or meeting that need looks different. And so I'll give everybody a second just to kind of look at that wheel. And if there are any words or any feelings that are jumping out at you, I want you to just say them out loud and bring them into the space. Grateful. What was that? Fear. Intentional. Vulnerable. Anybody else? Peaceful. Powerful. Okay, we are feeling good. Well, yes, with each of those things, taking a moment to ask yourself how you're feeling, you can then tune into what your body needs. Right now, it sounds like there are a lot of, powerful, grateful, positive feelings, but those still require things too. And so after we've done step 2, we can move on to step 3, which is checking in with your tools. So the thought behind having a toolkit ready in one place is that after you check in, after you ask yourself what you need, then you know you have a place that you can go to help fill that need or get whatever support in meeting that need. So let's say you go through, you say, wow, I'm very irritable. I'm probably hungry. Let me get something to eat. Making that process simpler if you can have some go-to things right there to help you think about what to feed yourself. Sounds crazy, but it makes a huge difference. Same thing if you're struggling to focus and you're like, man, I just really need to focus. I have a couple more emails to get through, but I'm struggling. If you have your playlist right there, you're like, oh, this playlist always helps me. Let me click on this. I know right where to go so that I can at least crank out these emails and then go on about my day. So we don't have time to build out an entire toolkit, but I do want us to go through one example. I don't think that I mentioned this, but I am a registered dietitian by training. And so, of course, I want to start with food because it is near and dear to my heart. But the question I have for everyone is, how many of you have ever gotten overwhelmed when trying to figure out what to eat? And I see all the hands go up, and I'm going to put my hand up as well, because even as a dietitian, there have been times where I have had a long day, and I'm like, I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like moving. Let me just order something so I can feed myself. And then I'll sit there, and I'll open the little delivery app, and I'll scroll for 30 or 45 minutes, looking at different restaurants, getting even more overwhelmed, and then I just close the app and go to bed, right? So how do we really figure out how to make this easy, how to take a lot of the mental load and effort away? So one thing that I really like to do that I found helpful for a lot of people that I've worked with is to create lists. So we're going to take a moment to create a few lists. right? So I want you to think of 3 categories. One, and if you have your phone or something, I want you to really make this tangible, like put it in front of you. So the first list that we want to think about are things that take no time. And when I say no time, this is like 3 minutes or less. This is like you're in between meetings and you just need something quick that you can grab, snack, whatever it is, and go. The second list I want you to think about is things that take a little time. And by a little time, that's like 15 to 30 minutes. So say you're doing emails, you have a block of time before your next meeting, so you have a little bit of time to work with where you can either grab something, do an order, put a few things together to make a meal. And then that third list of things is where you have all the time. So let's say you have a day off, you're feeling good, you have energy. What can you make for yourself that brings you joy, that makes you happy, that gets you excited and fuels you? So those are the 3 lists. And I want everybody to take the next 60 seconds to write down as many of your go-to food options, items as you can. It can be recipes, it could be frozen meals, it can be delivery things, it could be meal kits, whatever it is. I want you to take the next 60 seconds to just write it all down so that you have it. All right? Write it down, all your food. Write it down, all your food. All right, I'll give us about 30 more seconds. Any meals, your go-to, like, all right, I just need to make something happen. What is it? What are you usually making? What are you usually ordering? What are you usually picking up? Bacon double cheeseburger. Okay, so we're not even gonna worry about nutrition right now. That's a whole nother workshop. I just want you to brain dump. If it's a bacon double cheeseburger for you, let it flow. Let it flow. Okay. All right, so we are gonna come back together and we are going to share some of our ideas in community, because another big thing about wellness is it's always easier when you're doing it in community and you can feed off of each other. So for the I have no time list, things that take less than 3 minutes for you to eat, grab, whatever. Anybody have anything they want to bring into the room? What do y'all typically do? Protein shake? Cookies, almonds, ramen, okay, ramen and almonds. Anything else? My go-to is apple and peanut butter. I'm not gonna hold you. All right, anybody else wanna have any, whether it's on the no time list, a little bit of time, all the time, just foods, orders, recipes that make you happy that you wanna share? Spaghetti, okay, we love a pasta. Leftovers, so whatever it is, just easy go, I like that too. Salmon, Grapes, yep. Hey, fried chicken? Butter chicken. All kinds of chicken. We're equal opportunity chickenists over here. Grilled cheese? All right, And so I hope we're just in sharing ideas, you're thinking about this and thinking about how you can make this more practical for you based on where you are and what you need. And so this is the start of building your toolkit, so you have these things in one place so you don't have to think as hard about it. But right, you can do this for movement, you can do this for mindfulness and what you need to just be. You can do this for your community, therapy, relaxation, creating. All of these things can live in one place for you. And I assume most of us are in roles where a lot is required of us, right? Everybody always needs something or is asking for something. There's a lot of demands and deadlines. So taking care of yourself can get really hard, especially when you have to put a lot of thought into how to do it and how to do it consistently. So my hope is that you all remain gentle with yourselves, flow through it, and that you use the 3 steps that we talked about today to help you, 1, Slow down, get out of your head, and get into your body. 2, take a pause to ask yourself, how am I feeling? What do I need? And then 3, having a toolkit or some set place that you can go to help give you what you need or support you in making those decisions, right? Because in taking care of yourselves, you're able to continue to show up in these spaces, and we need each and every one of you in these spaces. So thank you all for hanging with me. As a token of my appreciation, I am sharing a free Wellness Toolkit template here for you. So if you would like it, it is yours for the taking, just for being with me. It is in Notion, so if you use Notion, then you just duplicate it and add it to your workspace. If you don't use Notion, or if you prefer a different platform, you can still look through it, pull the pieces that work for you and that resonate with you, and make it into your own thing. So that is my thank you to you all. I appreciate it. And if you would like to connect with me, here I am. Thank y'all.
Take a look inside your heart. Is there any room for me? I won't have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee, because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever feel me reaching